Despite the government's latest advice, millions of Brits are still choosing public transport. We take a look at tube transportation and find out what bacteria you might come into contact with on a daily basis. When was the last time you washed your hands? Well, that was hot, sweaty and a little bit dirty, and as you can see it is dirty, so I dread to think what we've picked up, but it's time to send it off to the lab to find out. Here we go. This is a sample of a fungus here, and you can see they form these kind of. All that I've done here is just fingerprinted the glove onto some fairly standard rich media. The thing I found really interesting was just how dirty it was. I mean, that really shocked me. I've travelled on the Underground myself a few times, and you never really think of it. You put your hands on the bars and on the seats, and it was absolutely black. Looking at this sample, there's clearly a number of different bacterial types. There's evidence of a Pseudomonas colony on one of these. I think this one here is Pseudomonas. What we also found, things like salmonella and E.coli, and MRSA. These are pathogenic bacteria. Pathogen is basically a bacterium that will cause disease or fungus that will cause disease. But mostly what you will find when people are passing on colds and sniffles in train carriages will be viral infections. We're not just talking about a particular type of thing, we're talking about a very rich microcosm of bacteria and fungus and oomycetes and all sorts of other small microscopic organisms.
Yeah, I'm really conscious about travelling on public transport. Obviously, I have to. I can't just get an Uber everywhere, but I feel like other people at the moment are also really conscious. I mean, if someone sniffs, someone is twitching, like, oh, who sniffed? If they got coronavirus. But also, I feel like in London especially, we do tend to pull together and things like that, so people are being quite vigilant and being quite mindful, but it's definitely a consideration, but one I don't really have the luxury of foregoing.
I would think most people are washing their hands a lot more now, I would think, but I don't know. We don't want to get it, don't want to get coronavirus.
Hygiene is important at any time, so be sure to wash your hands regularly and think about what you're touching next time you travel.